Good morning all. So in today's session, let us take up the frame. So in the given frame, by using moment distribution method, we need to calculate the final end moments and finally sketch SFD and BMD. So this is the T frame for which you have 4 joints A, B, C and D, in which the joint A and D is fixed and C is hinged. So for which span AB, a load of 100 kN acting at a distance of 3 meters from the left support. Span BC, UDL of 20 kN per meter is acting for a span of say 3 meters, and BD is not subjected to any external loadings. This is about the given problem. For this frame, we need to calculate the final end moments. So let us start stepwise. The first step is to calculate the fixed end moments. So here MF AB, which is equal to minus W AB square by L square, where the load is 100 kilonewton, A is 3 meter and B is 2 meter, divided by distance 5 square will give you 48 kilonewton meter, which is negative. Then MFBA plus WA square B by L square, that is equal to 100 into 3 square into 2 divided by 5 square, that is equal to, this is plus, equal to 72 kilonewton meter. Next, MF BC minus WL square by 12 is equal to minus 15 kilonewton meter. MFCB plus WL square by 12, which is equal to plus 15 kilonewton meter. Then MF BD equal to MF DB equal to 0, since there is no extra load acting. Okay. Next is the step 2 to draw distribution factor table. So for this, we know that we need to take joint, member stiffness factor K, sigma K, and distribution factor is equal to K divided by sigma K. So now for this, we need to take joint wise, but here we know that the distribution factors for fixed and hinged support can be obtained directly. That is, the distribution factor for a fixed support is given by 0 and that of the distribution factor for the hinge support is given by 1. That means the distribution factor for A and D is 0 and that of C is 1. So we can directly take this joint B, for which the distribution factors has to be calculated for all the members, that is 3 members BA, BC and BD separately. So I take up joint B, for which you have 3 members BA, BC and BD. Okay. So calculate the stiffness. So this is together we obtain, and finally again we need to calculate distribution factor for all the three. So now for BA span, the near end is B, far end is A. For a given span, if the far end is fixed, the stiffness factor is K, which is equal to, for this member BA, B is the near end and A is the far end. Since the far end is fixed, we consider the stiffness factor as K, which is equal to 4 EI by L. So 4 EI by L. So 4 EI, I will take it as constant since it gets cancelled with sigma K. And what is the length L for that member? It is 5, but EI it is taken 2 times. So here multiplied by 2. So this will give you 8 by 5. It is equal to 1.6 EI. Next, for span BC, for this span, B is the near end, C is the far end. Here the far end is hinged. So if the far end is hinged, the stiffness factor is 3 EI by L. That is 3 into EI. Length L is say 3 meters. That is equal to just EI. Next, for span BD, near end is B, far end is D. Since the far end is fixed, the stiffness factor will be 4 EI by L. That is equal to 4 into what is EI? It is just I. Then what is length? It is equal to 3. So what is 4 by 3? 1.33 EI. So the summation of all the stiffness, it is 1.6 EI plus 1, it is 2.6 EI plus, it is 1.6 plus 1 plus 3, 1.33 will give you 3.933 EI. Then for distribution factor, 1.6 divided by 3.933, it is 1.4. Then 1 divided by 3.933 will give you 0.25. Then 1.33 EI divided by 3.933 EI will give you 0.34. So now by using this distribution factors, we can calculate the final end moments. Step 3, moment distribution table. For this, consider joint. So here we have 4 joints, which is A, B, C and D. The members at joint A is just one AB, but at joint B we have BA, BC and BD, and at C, CB, and at D, DB. Next, distribution factors. So what is the distribution factor for span AB? Since A is fixed, distribution factor is 0. For BA, it is already calculated 0.41. For BC, 0.25, 0.34. So what is distribution factor for CB? Since C is hinged, distribution factor will be 1. And DB, D is the far end, and for DB, D is fixed. Therefore, the distribution factor is 0. Okay, fine. Now we shall take up the fixed end moments. So the calculated fixed end moments for each span is known. For AB, minus 48. For BA, it is plus 72. For BC, minus 15. For BD, it is 0. and for CB it is plus 15 and for DB it is 0. So here you have to be more careful while considering a T frame, because while taking down the values you have to concentrate on these members where you write. See, after BC, CB is somewhere here. So while writing down the values, be careful and write it accordingly where the member is. Okay. Next comes the balancing step or the balance step. So for span AB at joint A, we have minus 48 as the unbalanced moment. In order to balance this, we need to consider plus 48. Plus 48 multiplied by 0 will give you 0. Right? In this case, consider 72 minus 15 and 0. This will give you 57. So plus 57 is the unbalanced moment. In order to balance this, we need to consider minus 57. So minus 57 multiplied by 0.41 will give you minus 23.37. Similarly, minus 57 multiplied by 0.25 will give you minus 14.25, and minus 57 multiplied by 0.34 will give you minus 19.38. Plus 15 is the unbalanced moment. In order to balance this, we need to consider minus 15. Minus 15 into 1 will give you minus 15. So here, so DB, there is no extra loading, therefore the fixed end moment is also 0, therefore this will also be 0. Next is the carryover moment. So now you need to be even more careful while carrying the moments. So now see here, the balanced moment for AB is 0, so there is nothing to transfer, so we can leave this span for AB, that is to be transferred for BA. Okay. Next come for joint B, we have BA. So at BA, the moment, the balanced moment at B is minus 23.37, that is in the anti-clockwise direction. So this minus 23.37, so it will transfer half of its moment to the other end if the other end is fixed. Since the other end is fixed, half of 23.37 is transferred, but that is to AB. So what is half of 23.37? Minus 11.68. Here the balanced moment is in the anti-clockwise direction. Since it is minus, so this is minus, therefore the carried moment is also negative. Next, let us consider the next member BC. So BC, the balanced moment at B is minus 14.25. So half of minus 14.25 has to be transferred to the other end if the other end is fixed. But here the other end is hinged. Therefore, no moment is transferred from BC to CB. That means, so this is BC. So from here the transferred moment from BC to CB. Since the CB is hinged, therefore nothing is transferred at this end. Okay. Next, BD, here the balanced moment is minus 19.38. It is in the anti-clockwise direction. It is to be transferred to the other end if the other end is fixed. Yes, the other end is also fixed. Therefore, half of 19.38 is transferred to D in the anti-clockwise direction. So here the moment transferred from BD to DB. Now from BD to DB, half of the moment has to be transferred. So what is half of 19.38? Since this is minus, carried moment is also minus. Now come for the next member CB. At CB, the balanced moment is minus 15 in the anti-clockwise direction. So half of the moment is to be transferred to the other end if the other end is fixed. Here this point B is also considered, the joint B is also considered as fixed. So half of this 15 is transferred to BC. So half of 15 from CB is transferred to BC. Therefore the transfer is from C to B. Half of 15 is 7.5. This is negative, therefore this is also negative. Okay. To balance at joint A, you have minus 11.68 is the unbalanced moment. To balance this, it is plus 11.68 multiplied by 0 will give you 0. Then come for joint B, you have minus 7.5 is the unbalanced moment. To balance this, we consider 7.5 multiplied by 0.41 will give you 3.08. Then plus 7.5 multiplied by 0.25. Then plus 7.5 multiplied by 0.34. Next, carry over moment. Again here considered from BA, half of the moment is to be transferred to AB. So half of plus 3.08 is 1.54. At BC, 1.88 is the balanced moment that cannot be transferred since the other end is hinged. So this cannot be done. Then BD, the balanced moment is 2.55 in the clockwise direction. So this 2.55 is to be transferred to the other end. BD means DB. So half of 2.55 is to be transferred to DB. It is 1.28. Next step is to balance. There is no unbalanced moment to balance it and divide it with respect to its distribution factors. Therefore, we can stop the step here. Final end moments. So for this, we need to consider moments from fixed end moments. So minus 48, minus 11.68 and 1.54 will give you minus 58.14. Then at BA, 51.71. For BC, minus 34.87. For BD, 3. For CB, so these are the final end moments. By using this, you need to calculate the support reactions and draw SFD and BMD. So what all are the moments here? Final end moment for AB, minus 58.14. Since it is negative, we need to consider anti-clockwise direction, kilonewton meter. Then for BA, it is plus 51.71. For BC, minus 0.87. For BD, kilonewton meter. And for CB, 0, dB it is 8.41 kilonewton meter. Step 4, support reactions and maximum bending moment. For the span AB, for which we need to calculate the reactions at AB and BA. Here the moments are 58.14 kilonewton meter, 51.71 kilonewton meter, acting at a distance of 3 meters and 2 meters. Sum of all the moments at A is equal to 0. So this is minus 58.14 plus 100 into distance is 3 plus 51.71 minus RBA is minus RBA into the distance is 5 equal to 0. So RBA is equal to 58.71 kilonewton, upwards. So, sum of all the vertical forces is equal to 0. So, in this case RAB plus RBA is equal to 100. So, RAB is equal to 100 minus RBA, that is equal to 41.29 acting upwards. It is RAB. We also need to calculate the maximum bending moment at the point E. So, I consider moment in the left side. For this RAB, so RAB into 3 minus 58.14. This will give you 65.73 kilonewton meter. This is the moment at E. So, this is for span AB. Okay. Next, for span BC, I will consider B and C. This is UDL. So, we need to calculate the reaction RBC and RCB. Here the moment acting is 31.87 kilonewton meter and this is 0. Okay. Now, for this case we need to calculate RBC and RCB. So, I consider sum of all the moments at B equal to 0 minus 34.87, it is acting anti-clockwise direction, plus 20 into the distance here is 3 meters, 20 into 3 into 3 by 2 is 1.5. Okay. Then again this is 0. So, consider only reaction at CB into the perpendicular distances into 3 meters. So, therefore, finally RCB is equal to 18.37 kilonewton positive, for it is upwards. Then sum of all the vertical forces is equal to 0. So, how many vertical forces are acting here? It is just RBC plus RCB is equal to 20 into 3. So, RBC is equal to 60 minus RCB, 41.63 kilonewton acting upwards. Now, for this let me consider the maximum bending moment. To calculate the maximum bending moment, we need to know the point where the shear force is 0. For that I draw a shear force diagram. So, for this RBC is positive 41.63 kilonewton and 41.63 minus 20 into 3, that is 60, will give you 18.37. Then reaction at CB is again plus 18.37 minus 18.37 plus 18.37 will be 0. So, join this. Okay. So, this is the point where we get maximum bending moment. So this I consider as F. Now we need to calculate the distance at which we have got this 3 minus x. X divided by 41.63 is equal to 3 minus x divided by 18.37. Therefore, when you simplify this, x equal to 2.08 meters. Now calculate the maximum bending moment at F. I consider forces towards the left plus 41 points, since RBC is acting in the clockwise direction, 63 into 2.08. Then what about this moment 34.87 acting in the anti-clockwise direction, minus 34.87. After this you have UDL of 20 kilonewton per meter acting at a distance of say 2.08. So this is also acting in the anti-clockwise direction, minus 20 into 2.08 into 2.08 divided by 2. Or I can take this as 2.08 square divided by 2. That will give you 8.45 kilonewton meter. So this is the maximum moment at F. For span, so next for span BD, consider the vertical member B and D, for which I consider B and D, for which I consider the horizontal force RBD and RDB towards right. So according to me, the force acting towards the right is positive. So in this case, I need to calculate, it is minus 16.83 kilonewton meter, and here it is minus 8.41 kilonewton meter. Here sum of all the moments acting at B equal to 0, that is minus 16.83 minus 8.41 since it is anti-clockwise, minus RDB into 3 is equal to 0, RDB equal to minus 8.41 kilonewton. This is negative, that means the assumed direction is wrong, that means the force is acting in the opposite direction, that is it is acting towards the left. Okay, this is RDB. Then sum of all the horizontal forces is equal to 0 is the condition to be used here, for which we consider the force acting towards the right as positive. So here RBD plus RDB equal to 0. So RBD equal to minus of RDB. So minus of minus 8.41 is plus 8.41. That means here the force is acting towards the right. Okay. This is the support reaction values for RDB and RBD for the vertical member. Next, by using these support reactions, we need to draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram. Consider span AB. The reaction at AB is 41.29 plus, so we go up, this is AB for a span 5 meters. So at A, the reaction at A is 41.63 kilonewton. From A, the reaction at A, that is RAB is 41.21, and between this point where the 100 kilonewton load is acting, there is no other loads. So therefore the variation is constant, and at this point 41.29 minus 100 will give you minus 58.71. This is constant till here. Then at B, RBA is plus 58.71. Therefore this will be 0. This is the SFD for span AB. Next, for span BC, the reaction at B, that is RBC, is 41.63 positive. So we take it upwards. And in between B to C, there is a UDL, and at C, and from 41.63 minus 20 into 3, it is 60, will give you minus 18.37, and RCB is plus 18.37, therefore it will be 0. This is positive and this is negative. Next, for span BD, the considered reaction is positive, is right. That means we have obtained the reaction RBD is positive. So the value is 8.41 kilonewton. This is constant since no extra loading in between B and D. And at D, that is RDB, is minus 8.41. Therefore it is here 8.41 kilonewton. It is positive. Okay, this is the shear force diagram. Next, we can draw the bending moment diagram. Here, for this, I shall take this frame. T frame. At A, the final end moment of 58.14 is acting in the anti-clockwise direction. So the moment in the anti-clockwise direction at the left side is negative. Therefore, the moment is considered in the direction below. Next, at B, it is 51.71 clockwise. At right side, again it is negative. Therefore, it is somewhere here 51.71 kilonewton meter. In between this, we have the maximum bending moment in between A and B, that is at 100 kilonewton. So this I consider it as E, that is equal to kilonewton meter. So join this. So now between B and C, the moment is 34.87 in the anti-clockwise. This is towards the left, therefore it is negative. So it is 34.87, and here the moment is 0. Okay. But in between this, we have a maximum bending moment at point F, 8.45. It is somewhere here. Since this is UDL, I will join this like this. This is negative, positive, negative. This is again negative, positive. Then finally for BD, minus 16.83. Then at D, so left side anti-clockwise is negative, therefore it is taken in the negative position. Then at D, 8.41, it is towards the right. So this is right. Right side anti-clockwise is positive, so it will be somewhere here, 8.41 kilonewton meter. So in between this, there is no load to give you maximum bending moment. To know the maximum bending moment, Therefore, we can join it like this. This is positive and this is negative. So, this is the bending moment diagram. Like this we can calculate the final end moments and draw SFD and BMD for a tree frame. Thank you.